Hello, everybody, and welcome to Valley Life and another fabulous Wells Fargo Friday. And I have two great gentlemen sitting next to me that I got a lot of questions for. My old buddy Tim Rios here. Tim, how are you? It's good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
Good. And Mr. Dan DeSantis, how are you?
How do you do? Nice to meet you.
Dan, I got a lot of questions for you. As CEO of Fresno Regional Foundation, you know, in college, when we always try to be funny, I think I put on a card at one point, Rich Krebs philanthropist, just because I thought it sounded great. I have no idea what that means, and you've kind of got that refined into a fabulous way to describe to people what you can do for your community if you are a true philanthropist. So kind of define that for me before we get into what you do.
Well, that's what we try and do, is stimulate philanthropy. Philanthropy, as opposed to charitable giving, when you play in a charitable golf tournament or go to an auction, philanthropist is a person who strategically invests in their community for the long run, over time.
Okay, now Tim Rios, as vice president, senior vice president too, community development manager, you kind of are in charge of one, running the show, and two, bringing in enough money so this man can do what he wants to do. So give me a little Wells Fargo and your personal involvement of how you contribute to Fresno Regional.
Well, I have the pleasure of sitting on the board of directors, and it is an outstanding organization to connect resources of our communities and those that are willing to give from their hearts and their wallets to organizations that are helping people live their lives every single day, from children to stay in school to helping small businesses get started. The Regional Foundation does that. And so as a board member, along with all the others on this great wall over here, my job is to help Dan clear any obstacles that he has. Sure. To build some of those resources to give back.
Right. And Dan, let me ask you the question that I think that may be super beneficial to kind of defining who you are and how this whole the Regional Foundation works. Is that a lot of people, when they give to a charity or to a nonprofit, may think, you know, I've already done that for the year, and they want to spread their money around. You do that for them. When they become a part of this group, that's exactly how you operate.
That's exactly right. The thing that sets us apart from the other community benefit organizations, the other nonprofits, is that we want to help all of them. We raise money through philanthropy. Our job is to stimulate more giving, and then we spread it out to all those organizations who are doing such a good job. Sure. For the individual philanthropists, we help them make the decisions. There's hundreds of nonprofits in our community, and it's very difficult for them to choose which is the best one. Right. So with our staff and our board members, we get to know them, we work with them, and we want to support them all.
And Dan, as great as the nonprofits are in our community, a lot of them too are kind of, you know, fly by night, or they're just hanging on by the seat of their pants. This is an organization that's kind of been embedded in this community for a long time. We
feel good about our position. The Fresno Regional Foundation was started 45 years ago, 1966, and we've grown constantly, and we feel this has been the best year we've ever had, and we're looking forward to better years in the years ahead.
Perfect. And even, you know, with a slow turn in the economy, there are still those people that were savvy investors that know how to still, you know, make their business work in this environment, and they also want to give back and have that focus that you talk about to make a difference in the community for a long time coming.
Well, believe it or not, even in these difficult times, we've never done better. Many donors recognize the value we bring to their philanthropy, and they're choosing to trust us, the stewardship that we bring to their philanthropy. With our board of directors, all of them serve voluntarily with no compensation, and yet they're the pillars of the community who really bring us the esteem, the recognition, and the respect that we would want to strive for.
And Mr. Rios, a man with many hats. I don't even know how you have time to still be serving on the boards that you do, but it's all the volunteerism that you put forth. It's all about making that difference in the community, and this is a phenomenal group to be a part of.
Well, Rich, this organization does it all. And as Dan has said, in addition to taking resources and putting them where they're most needed, this organization also serves as a teacher, as an instructor to the other smaller nonprofit organizations. You can't imagine how many look to this organization to be a good steward and also a good example of how a successful nonprofit organization is to be run. In fact, we were just in San Francisco, Dan and I, at the Irvine Foundation event, and the admiration that 6 other very important, very successful foundations, the admiration they have for this group is phenomenal. And here we are in Fresno. I mean, we know and love the Fresno Regional Foundation, sure, but outside of this region, it is so well admired also.
Right. And now, of course, you've just opened up a whole bunch more questions I want to ask you. So I tell you what, folks, we're going to run a commercial real quick, and there's a whole lot more Valley Life right here. Wells Fargo Fridays coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.